What's up there, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Derail Valley. So we are in the midst of a realistic difficulty playthrough. Last time we came here to Sawmill driving the DM3, and yeah, I've basically had a bit of a sleep on the couch. It is the early hours of the morning, so obviously the sun is now coming up. We're going to do a job here and then we're going to consider where we're going to go from here in this very early stages of this playthrough. So please do grab yourself a drink. Let's hit the rails. Right then, guys, first things first, we're going to offload the load that we brought in. So basically the job that we brought in is this one, which is currently behind our DM3. I'm going to get this offloaded by shunting it into this yard. We're going to go and grab the job and get paid for it, and then we're going to consider what we're going to be doing from here. So we started off obviously with the DE2. We unlocked the shunting license, we unlocked the long one license. We've now unlocked the DM3. And yeah, it's just a case of, do we want to continue in the DM3? I mean, I'd like to. But we also have a steam locomotive here. We've got the S060. So I have a bit of a plan in mind here. And I can't wait to show you and basically tell you what this is going to be. So let's get this girl started to get us underway. The lights are already on. We're going to pop her into reverse. And yeah, we'll basically reach down there and cut that out. We'll put a bit of power on here, start to push back, and then we'll get it into the offloading lane just to get things started. So yeah, we are in the midst of a realistic difficulty playthrough. We can't see a great deal out there, but we'll do our best to make the most of this reversing job. And yeah, basically we know so far we've made a reasonable amount of money doing the few jobs that we've done. 73.8 is what's in the wallet, and we have got just the DE2 and DM3 unlocked. Now I do want to unlock the steamer in the next episode and run to Machine Factory in town. We'll be using the S060, and then what I'd like to do is to put a pause on locking any more unlocomotives, unlocking any more locomotives just for a moment. And I think I'd like to just make the most of running the DE2, the DM3 and the S060. In my first playthrough of this game on standard difficulty, I didn't unlock any locomotives for quite a while. The first one that I unlocked, and I've gone over this a couple of times, was the DH4. And obviously that was very enjoyable. I really enjoyed that playthrough. It was great. But this time around I wanted to do things in a slightly different order. Sorry for the little pause there, I just wanted to focus on what I was doing. So I've unlocked the DM3 first. I would like to unlock the 060, and then I'd like to basically utilise those three to run around. In my previous playthrough I used the DE2 for quite a lot of the early stages. I actually unlocked multiple units, was running 3 DE2s at the front of a lot of my jobs, and that was great fun, to be fair. And really the DM3 came much later on, so I think this time around I think we'll make more of the DM3 and the S060. I think I only did one job with the 060, and that was after we'd restored her. So it's one of those. I'd like to utilise some of these early locos more and make the most of them. And yeah, we'll see how we get on. But for now, let's get this in here and let's go and see. Make sure we're in fully first, which I think we are. Yeah, we are. Right. We'll pick up the job, which will be on the desk, and then we'll just consider what we're going to be doing here. So, where is it? So we've got this one, which we brought in, and then I'd like to do not the goods factory one. This one, the machine factory in Town Run in the steamer, and I think that will be next episode. So let's just take our time doing this one correctly. So we've picked her up already from B3I. We've dropped her into B4L. We're going to offload, and then we're going to be dropping off in C yard, C4S, and then one car going into B1S. So it'll be interesting to see which car that is. So it's actually the one. This one. And then we're going to run the rest of them into C4S. So let's just quickly have a quick look here, because C is over here. Now, is there anything in C4S at the moment? So it just so happens that there is. So what that means is that, well, there's a few things actually. I'll show you. I probably better showed you on better off showing you on here. So we're currently in B yard. We've come out of. Was it 1? Doesn't really matter. That's not what I'm talking about. B3I. No, we've come out with 3. So we came out with 3, reversed, went forward into 4. We're now there. We're going to offload, and I know I'm wasting time telling you this, but I just. And game time, I mean, job time, because I want to try and get paid the bonus. But I also want to tell you, we're then going to drop one car in B1, which is the very front car, and then the others are going into C, into this C lane, which has actually got something in it already. So we're going to have to come in from this end and reverse in, because the loco's at this end. Or we can switch the loco at the other end and do it all, which I think is probably a better option. Switch the loco at the other end, pull the empties once they're empty back, leave the B car in 1, and then put these others in this 4 lane over here, this C4 lane. So hopefully that makes sense. Right, let's get cracking. And there is our 060, which we'll be using very soon. So let's get them offloaded, and then we'll switch ends, I think. Now, we wouldn't have known to do that. I sort of had an idea, though, that this might happen. So there we go. Right, I'll stick a parking brake on here, and we'll switch ends. So let's disconnect this. She's ready to go, really. Right, we'll just get her past here and then we'll back her up down B3. We could have brought the one car with us and reversed it in there, but it doesn't really make any difference, really. Might have saved a tiny bit of time, I don't know. Hold on, hold on. Get her in reverse first. Tendency to skip through the gears, and I know I've mentioned this in previous episodes. I guess I'm preempting the comments section. But yeah, the sun's coming up now anyway, so we're getting a bit of daylight in there. Could have had a bit of headlights going on. We'll switch the lights in a moment and swap them round. I mean, we can actually throw this on and make the rear light into a headlight and swap and vice versa, using the top switch on either side for either the front and back. The thing I love about this locomotive for shunting is that once you're in there like that, if you release the brakes, she'll just push. She'll just continue to push against the cars, which is great for coupling because she never bounces away. Kind of like, so the D6 has a tendency to move away a little bit because of the weight, because of the mass. And you'll see here she probably start to push these cars a little bit because of the fact that she's like an automatic clutch. So she's starting to push forward there slightly. So she naturally rolls forward, but we're going to put her into reverse now. Give her a bit of power. And yeah, we're pulling empty cars now, so we're marvellous. This is, you know, ideal. The one thing I forgot to do there is what I was saying I was going to do, which is to switch the lights. And there we go, we've got a headlight at this end now. Wish I could show you that from the external view, but if I jump down here, you can now see we've got a tail light up at the top there. Ideally, I mean, you can. There's nothing to stop you from having headlights in both directions though. And I think I've talked about this before. So this is the front lights, and we have basically full beam on because we've got dipped and full, and then the rear we've got dipped and full, but then it's just a difference between, do you want a red light, which is when it's up, or do you want a white light, which is obviously going to indicate that it's the front of the train. Right, I think we might be alright there now. Hard to tell. Yeah, maybe not quite. Right, so we are now looking to push this one into basically B1S, and it's 676, which is that one there. So marvellous stuff. And we'll just check on here because we're now coming in from this end, so that switches to the right, and that one oh no, that's C yard B. So to the right, to the right. Alright, so we just need to push forward now. Get this one car in there, and then we'll move over to C yard. Get that done as well. And she'll cope just fine with these empties. Absolutely no problem. Just the one car going in there though, remember, so we don't need to go crazy with the speed. You hear the wheels rubbing there a little bit. It must be a tight section here. I think it's probably exactly where we are now. Oh, are we far enough forward there? Yeah, I'd say so. It's a bit odd leaving it so far away from the others, but it's all good. Hey, you hear that still whistling there as we walked across it. So there we see that one car in there on its own. So we just want to get past, get back far enough up to there now. Is there a track that goes straight through? No, there isn't. It does end. I can't quite see the buffer stop, but there must be one down there. And then there's another piece of track that goes off up to like a servicing area, really. A steam servicing area by the looks of things, with a turntable there. That's making a very odd sound. Wonder why. Just there. Hope it's nothing I've done. So C, and we are going into C, C4, isn't it? C4S. Yeah. C4S indeed, right. Wrong gear there to start off with, but what a weird sound is coming from up there. I wonder if something's derailed by accident or something. It's very uphill there, actually. There's like a sudden step as you come in. Alright, let's just be careful here, because we've got cars in here, so... Alright, we're going a nice speed here. We'll let these make contact and then I'll do my usual trick of just pushing them back gently. I know some people have suggested connecting up, letting the brakes off. I like to give them a little push. Just with the parking brake still on, as you do. I think we're almost there. There we go. Now what we don't want to do is give them too much of a push because there's a big hill on the other side of that track. But they're in. And that'll do us. Right then, let's go and get paid. That's the name of the game. Getting our money up. And there we go. Nice time bonus for that one. 15 minutes. Time bonus was 52 minutes, so yeah. Well and truly within there. So yeah, nice one. Let's just check our fees. So some people have said, oh, just leave them, don't pay them off. I'm just going to make sure that we don't have any fees which are untoward. I mean, we will need to clear our fees to unlock the license for the SO60, but we're going to do that in the next episode. So we've got a bit of rain on the afternoon here, and as you can see, it's still very early in the morning. So we'll make the most of it next episode. But I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. If you did, please do hit the like button. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd love it if you go ahead and do that. Hit the notification bell to be notified of upcoming videos. Otherwise, guys, please do take care of yourselves. And I'll catch you guys again soon.